Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm excited to talk to you about one of the biggest traps that coin collectors make and an item that you really want to avoid, as well as sort of a funny anecdote because this was something that I got super excited about when I was just starting collecting back when I was maybe like 6 or 7 years old. So it'll be kind of funny and fun to go back and remember that. But I recently, this sort of item I really almost never have. I only keep one on me at all times, and that's this one. But I recently purchased a small collection. This was in it, and I just wanted, I saw it and I was like, hey, we really need to make a video about this so that more collectors or just people who are getting interested in coins can see this and avoid doing this going forward. So basically what I'm referring to are these third-party repackaged coin sets. They're probably one of the oldest kind of tricks in the books in terms of people taking advantage of people who really don't know too much about coins and selling them coins that are nicely packaged. They look good in a sort of deceptive way, maybe attributing rarity or value to them that they really didn't have, and then using the packaging as a justification to mark the prices up on these coins by massive amounts. So the one in my hand, it says Rare Coins of the 20th Century Series. And in this case, we have a Franklin half dollar, a Walking Liberty half dollar, a 40% silver Kennedy half dollar, and a clad bicentennial half dollar. And the set is sort of made to say, all of these coins are rare. Now, while it's fair, these coins are silver, so they're 90% silver on the top two. The Kennedy half dollar, only in 1964 was it 90% silver. After that, from 65 to 70, they made them in 40% silver. But in this case, this is a 40% silver. They don't even mention that. And then this bicentennial half dollar, it's not silver, and there's no value above 50 cents on the vast majority of these. But on the back, it just identifies them again. I'm not sure exactly who makes this packaging or who puts it, but basically they just get these coins, put them together, and they probably charge 2 times plus shipping of what they're worth. So these sorts of coins, you can go to any coin dealer. They'll sell them to you at maybe a tiny bit above the silver price, depending on how much silver they have in stock. But you're paying for the plastic. And it's even, significantly different. Like this right here is a 1974 U.S. mint set, and I think that's where a lot of people get confused. The mint sets, they're made by the United States Mint, so they're coming from the government. I have another video that I'm working on right now. I don't even think that those are a great investment. This one is kind of cool because this specific one of the coins has an error in it. That's a topic for a totally separate video, but this is not made by the mint. So just kind of a general tip, the stuff that gets, super collectible or rare, it's because they're lower mintage. These are officially minted things. Anybody can print up one of these. Not anybody, you can't say that you have a mint set if you get a bunch of 1974 coins and then put them together in plastic. That would be a third party, and that has no premium compared to the real thing. So this is one of those things where it's not the real thing. It's just somebody else doing it. My funny story is it goes with this one, which is the tribute to Thomas Jefferson. And as we can see, we have a 25-cent value Virginia State Quarter, an Indian Peace nickel, a 2003 nickel, and they say last of series, so maybe somebody who doesn't know too much about coins will want to buy it. They have a 2-cent stamp, and then a 1938 Jefferson nickel. The 1938 one, maybe it's worth about 20 cents or so. And then on the back it says Certificate of Authenticity. The coins in this collection are genuine U.S. Mint coinage. This collection consists of genuine coins, each one hand-selected and inspected for quality. Each coin is verified to be in collectible condition. That collectible condition does not mean anything. We are sure that your collection will be one that you will enjoy and be proud to display. And I hope that that is the case, because I certainly enjoyed owning this, and I still enjoy owning it because I think it's kind of funny. But I always thought that this was an extremely rare item because, I knew about things like the mint set, or, here's another prop I've got, a proof set. This is made by the U.S. Mint as well. And I said, I can't find this anywhere. Nobody's got the tribute to Thomas Jefferson. But in reality, a tiny amount of these were made. They probably bought all the coins for face value except the 1938. Maybe they paid 7 cents or 4 or something like that, and then they probably sold it for like $25 to somebody who gifted it to me. Now it's a fun way, get some history, and I think it can be, nice to show off, here's Thomas Jefferson. It's a nice little presentation case. But from an investment perspective, or from a, is this a good buy? I think that it would be much nicer to get like a really nice coin with Jefferson on it, or a silver one that's graded, or it's rare, or it's got some sort of a mint error on it, as opposed to, or you could just literally collect these, but you could buy these not in the plastic. You could go on eBay and you could probably get all of them for $1 or $2. And the reality is they're not really worth anything beyond their spending value. But this, there's no rarity to a set like this. The rarity comes when it's a government, and oftentimes it's going to be the U.S. government. Super low mintage coins from foreign issuers, unless they're a major collected country, often won't be that valuable unless they're old. So, if there's a lot of places, maybe some governments, some small governments, to make money, they'll do a limited run and they'll print like 50 or they'll mint 200 coins, something like that, and then number each one of them. That could be a little bit rare, but that's pretty much artificial rarity. The real rare stuff, and this is kind of like my greater message here, let me hold this the right way, is to collect things that have been authentically rare. So people probably weren't saving coins from the late 1800s in nice condition. Those are rare coins. People didn't preserve them immediately from the onset with the goal because they were rare. That's what happens all the time nowadays. And down the road in 50 years, I don't think that people will consider something that was only saved because it could go up in value to be rare. Rare, if that makes sense. Like if everybody pours into something with the expectation to hold on to it because it'll be worth more later, sometimes that can go up. But I kind of like, especially in the collecting field, I see it over and over. A lot of the more modern products really don't have a ton of price action. I remember I would hold like rolls of like 1965 dimes, which are not silver. That was the first year they weren't silver. There's huge numbers of those made. But I was like, hey, in 50 years, these will be like the ones that were, are currently 100 years old. But that's just not the case because they're so much more common. Things are kind of accelerating in terms of the more modern stuff is more and more common and won't get authentically rare like a lot of the older stuff is. So, in these examples, you can buy these coins, yourself. Don't overpay for the plastic. And a lot of people wonder like what a nice gift might be. I would say, instead of paying, say, $40 for this set here, I would go and buy a Morgan dollar or something. That would be a nice gift that's historical. Morgan dollars, even some people would say that they're not really that rare, and they're not that rare, but they are quite historic, and they're from the late 1800s. Most of them silver, authentic coins that have often been used, many times. I think that that's more of like a true American history, and it's not going to likely come in all this packaging that really just adds nothing except a premium to where people will then try to take that premium and sell it to somebody who has no idea what they're doing with coins. So anyways, if you have something that looks like this and it's not by the U.S. Mint, certainly if it says it's certified as in collectible, yeah, I'm holding it in the camera, yep. If it says it's certified in collectible condition, that doesn't really mean too much. And I just wanted to get the PSA out there. There's all sorts of different packaging that people come up with, but this is like one of the classics that I always want to warn about. So, I'll probably include this one. This one's the one with sentimental value, so I'm going to hold on to this. This one I'll include in a grab bag for like the silver value of the coins and just discount the plastic and then add like 50 cents for this. So anyways, that's how I view these items, and coin dealers, it would be better if you sell this to a coin dealer if it's not in the packaging because they have to crack it out, and that's always a pain. So that's another way to, so maybe there's even benefit in picking up the coins yourself, but that dealers don't pay anything for this sort of thing either. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel and connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I also have a website, treasuretownYT.com, where you should go so that you can learn more about coins as well as what's happening on the channel and possibly find a place to sell your coins and collectibles. I also want to talk about some of my other projects like coinmeltprice.com, which shows precious metals prices as well as the melt values of coins containing those precious metals, both US and world. I also have coinsmetalscards.com, which will develop into a full marketplace as well as a news source for coins, metals, cards, as the name might suggest. And then treasuretowncoins.com, which long term will be my coin dealing entity separate from the channel. And lastly, whatsthegrade.com, which will be a stickering service for already certified collectibles where you can get a approval or verification of the grade on the holder. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos.